What if the greatest secret to success has been whispering to you all along, hidden in the stillness you often overlook? Welcome to the path to Buddhist wisdom, where ancient teachings meet modern lives. Today, we're unlocking the profound power of silence, a tool so simple, yet so transformative, that it has shaped the journeys of history's most enlightened minds and successful leaders. Imagine this: you're in a storm of endless notifications, constant conversations, and overwhelming tasks. But what if I told you that the key to clarity, creativity, and success lies not in doing more, but in doing less? In fact, in doing nothing at all. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it's the space where solutions are born, where chaos becomes calm, and where you rediscover your true self. In this video, we'll explore the teachings of Zen Buddhism and the science of silence, share compelling stories of transformation, and give you practical tools to integrate stillness into your life. Are you ready to uncover the secret that could change everything? Let's dive in together and embrace the wisdom of silence. Part 1: The philosophy of silence in Buddhism. In the middle of a noisy world, have you ever wondered what silence truly means? In Buddhism, silence is far more than just the absence of sound. It's a gateway to self-awareness, clarity, and profound inner peace. What is noble silence? One of the core teachings of Buddhism is the practice of noble silence, a state where the mind quiets itself to allow deep reflection. The Buddha himself emphasized silence as a pathway to enlightenment, stating, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." Noble silence isn't about isolating yourself or avoiding communication. Instead, it's about intentionally creating a space where distractions are stripped away, enabling you to hear the truths buried deep within. In this state, you gain clarity on your goals, your values, and your true self. Imagine sitting by a still lake. When the water is calm, it reflects the world around it perfectly. Similarly, in moments of silence, our minds become clear, allowing us to see things as they truly are. Silence as a tool for mindfulness. In Buddhism, mindfulness is central to living an enlightened life. Silence plays a critical role in this practice. By observing our thoughts without judgment in moments of quiet, we become more aware of our actions, emotions, and their impact on ourselves and others. For instance, think about your own life. When was the last time you truly sat in silence, without scrolling through your phone, without conversations buzzing around you? What did you feel in those moments? For many, silence feels uncomfortable at first because it forces us to face our thoughts head-on. But within that discomfort lies the potential for incredible growth. Why silence matters more today than ever. In our modern, fast-paced world, silence has become a rare luxury. We're constantly bombarded by notifications, deadlines, and noise from every direction. Yet, this very chaos is why silence is more vital now than ever. It acts as an antidote to stress, a reset button for our overstimulated minds. Buddhist monks, who dedicate years to meditation and silence, show us the power of this practice. While we may not have the same lifestyle, even a few moments of intentional silence each day can transform our lives. Practical takeaway: finding your silence. Here's a simple exercise to experience the power of silence today. Find a quiet space, your room, a park, or even your car. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Let the noise around you fade. Focus on your breathing for just 2 minutes. If thoughts arise, observe them without judgment and let them pass. It's in these small moments of stillness that transformation begins. Silence is not about escaping the world, it's about meeting it with greater clarity and strength. It's about reconnecting with your inner self and unlocking the wisdom you already carry within. Part 2. Silence and its transformative power in everyday life. Now that we've uncovered the essence of silence in Buddhism, let's explore how this ancient wisdom translates into our modern lives. Silence isn't just a spiritual practice, it's a practical tool for success, clarity, and well-being. Silence and the science of clarity. Modern science confirms what Buddhism has taught for centuries: silence has the power to reshape the mind. Studies show that moments of quiet can improve memory, boost creativity, and even generate new brain cells. In neuroscience, this phenomenon is known as neurogenesis, the brain's ability to grow and adapt. Think about this. When was the last time you had a breakthrough idea while scrolling through endless notifications? Likely never. Our best ideas often emerge during quiet moments, taking a walk, enjoying a peaceful morning, or even showering. This happens because silence activates the default mode network, a part of the brain responsible for creativity and self-reflection. Practical wisdom: silence for decision-making. Let's connect this to the Buddhist principle of mindful silence. When your mind isn't clouded by external noise, you're better equipped to make thoughtful decisions. Take a moment to consider: how often do we act impulsively in noisy environments? How many of our regrets stem from choices made without clarity? For example, successful leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela often practiced silence before making critical decisions. Their ability to pause, reflect, and act with intention transformed not just their lives, but the course of history. In your daily life, even pausing for 2 minutes of silence before responding to an email or a tense conversation can shift your mindset. It's a small practice with profound results. Silence as a source of resilience. Silence also teaches us resilience, a key to navigating life's challenges. In Buddhism, this is tied to the understanding of impermanence, the truth that all things, both joy and suffering, are temporary. Imagine this scenario. You're in the middle of a heated argument, your emotions running high. Instead of reacting immediately, what if you took a moment of silence? This pause gives you the strength to observe your feelings without being consumed by them, allowing you to respond calmly and wisely. Stories of transformation: the power of silence in action. To illustrate this, let's look at Sarah's story, a modern professional juggling a chaotic life. Overwhelmed by constant demands, she discovered silence as a refuge. At first, it felt uncomfortable, her racing thoughts wouldn't stop. But over time, she began to embrace the stillness. In those quiet moments, Sarah found clarity about her career path. She realized she wasn't just overworked, she was misaligned with her true passions. By practicing silence daily, she reconnected with her purpose and made transformative changes in her life. Her story reminds us that silence isn't just a pause, it's a path to rediscovery and growth. Integrating silence into your daily routine. Building on the Buddhist teachings from Part 1. Let's make silence a tangible part of your life. Start small. Dedicate 2 minutes each morning to quiet reflection. Sit with your thoughts without judgment. Silent walks. Turn off your music or podcasts and walk in nature. Let the sounds of the environment ground you. Pause before reacting, before responding to a challenging situation. Take 3 deep breaths in silence. By weaving these small practices into your routine, you'll start to notice the profound impact silence can have on your clarity and well-being. Silence isn't just a break from the noise, it's a return to your essence. By integrating silence into your daily life, you align with a deeper sense of purpose and unlock your full potential. As we move forward, we'll delve even deeper into how silence fosters creativity, leadership, and personal transformation. Part 3. Silence as a catalyst for creativity and innovation. We've seen how silence fosters clarity and resilience. But its power doesn't stop there. Did you know that some of the greatest minds in history attributed their breakthroughs to moments of quiet reflection? Let's explore how silence can be your greatest ally in unlocking creativity and innovation. The connection between silence and creativity. In moments of silence, the mind enters a state of freedom. This is when the default mode network, a part of the brain responsible for daydreaming and imagination, becomes active. Without distractions, your brain can connect seemingly unrelated ideas, leading to creative insights and breakthroughs. Think of Albert Einstein. He often said, "I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me." His revolutionary theories were born from the clarity he found in quiet contemplation. The silence before the symphony. Let's consider the story of a composer, James. Struggling with writer's block, he turned to silence for answers. Each morning, he spent 30 minutes in quiet reflection, simply observing his thoughts. At first, it felt unproductive. But soon, melodies began to form in his mind. In the absence of external noise, James discovered the inner harmony he'd been seeking. His breakthrough composition became a symphony celebrated worldwide. This story highlights a powerful truth: silence isn't empty, it's the space where ideas take root and flourish. Applying silence to your creative process. You don't have to be an artist or scientist to benefit from silence. It's a tool that anyone can use to enhance creativity in their daily lives. Here's how. Morning silence ritual. Start your day with 10 minutes of uninterrupted quiet. Use this time to visualize your goals or allow your mind to wander freely. Silent brainstorming. When facing a challenge, pause for a few minutes of silence before diving into solutions. Often, the best ideas come when you least expect them. Disconnect to reconnect. Turn off your devices and spend time alone in nature. The quiet surroundings can help you think more deeply and creatively. The role of silence in innovation. In today's fast-paced world, innovation often requires stepping back to gain perspective. Silence allows for this reflection, creating the mental space needed for fresh ideas to emerge. For example, many companies now encourage silent brainstorming sessions where employees write down their ideas before sharing them. This practice reduces groupthink and fosters more diverse, innovative solutions. Similarly, leaders like Steve Jobs were known for their walking meetings, where moments of silence allowed ideas to incubate naturally. These practices show how integrating silence into our work lives can lead to extraordinary results. Overcoming fear of silence. Despite its benefits, many people resist silence because it feels uncomfortable. The constant buzz of activity gives us a false sense of productivity. But embracing silence requires trusting the process and allowing your mind to explore without immediate outcomes. If this resonates with you, start small. Even 1 minute of stillness can make a difference. Over time, you'll find that silence isn't something to fear, it's something to celebrate. A personal story, finding inspiration in stillness. Meet Clara, a graphic designer overwhelmed by deadlines and creative fatigue. Every project felt like a struggle, and she doubted her abilities. On a mentor's advice, Clara began incorporating silence into her routine. She spent 5 minutes each day sitting by her window, watching the world without judgment. In those moments, Clara found unexpected inspiration. The shapes of clouds, the rhythm of passing cars, even the subtle play of light on her desk sparked new ideas. Her work transformed, earning her recognition she never thought possible. Clara's journey reminds us that silence isn't a void, it's a canvas for creativity. The balance between noise and quiet. Creativity thrives in balance, while collaboration and brainstorming have their place. Silence provides the foundation. It's in these quiet moments that ideas take form, ready to be shared and refined with others. When we allow ourselves to sit in silence, we tap into a wellspring of creativity that's always been within us. Whether you're solving a problem, pursuing a passion, or simply seeking clarity, silence offers the space to dream, imagine, and innovate. In the next part of our journey, we'll explore how silence can elevate leadership and decision-making. Stay with us. Part 4: Silence in Leadership and Decision-Making. As we continue our journey into the transformative power of silence, let's explore how it shapes leadership and decision-making. True leadership isn't about speaking the loudest, it's about knowing when to stay quiet and listen. Silence, when embraced, becomes a leader's most powerful ally. The wisdom of silent leaders. Think of the most impactful leaders in history: Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, or even the Buddha himself. What sets them apart is their ability to pause, reflect, and act with intention. They knew that silence creates a space for wisdom to emerge. In today's fast-paced business world, silence remains just as relevant. Leaders who embrace it stand out for their clarity, composure, and ability to inspire trust. For example, Gandhi's silent fasts weren't just personal practices, they were deliberate, powerful messages of resolve. His silence spoke louder than words, igniting movements and inspiring millions. Listening, the quiet superpower of leadership. Silence in leadership isn't just about personal reflection, it's about active listening. A great leader listens not to respond but to understand. When you truly listen, you uncover the needs, ideas, and emotions of your team. Consider this: in a tense meeting, a leader who remains silent instead of dominating the conversation encourages others to share their perspectives. This fosters collaboration, inclusion, and ultimately better decisions. Practical tip: next time you're in a group discussion, practice the 80-20th rule of listening. Spend 80% of your time listening and only 20% speaking. You'll be amazed at the insights you gain. The role of silence in decision-making. Silence also plays a crucial role in thoughtful decision-making. In moments of crisis or uncertainty, pausing before reacting allows leaders to weigh their options and act with clarity. Take, for example, a CEO facing a major organizational challenge. Instead of rushing to a decision, they take a day to reflect in silence. This practice not only enhances their judgment but also ensures they consider all perspectives and long-term consequences. Silence as a source of strength. In leadership, silence conveys confidence and control. A leader who isn't afraid of silence demonstrates patience and thoughtfulness, qualities that inspire trust. This is especially powerful in high-stakes situations like negotiations or conflict resolution. For instance, a pause in conversation can shift the dynamics of a negotiation, putting pressure on the other party to speak or reveal their position. In this way, silence becomes a strategic tool, fostering a culture of silence in organizations. Leaders who value silence often create environments where their teams can thrive. Here's how. Encourage silent brainstorming before group discussions. Have team members jot down their ideas in silence. This avoids groupthink and ensures diverse perspectives are considered. Create quiet spaces. Provide areas where employees can retreat for moments of stillness. Whether it's a meditation room or simply a quiet corner. These spaces promote mental clarity. Model silent reflection. Leaders who practice silence inspire their teams to do the same. Share your experiences and demonstrate the value of thoughtful pauses. Story: a leader's silent transformation. Let's look at the story of Ethan, a manager in a fast-growing startup. Ethan was known for his quick decisions and constant availability. But over time, this approach led to burnout and poor team morale. Realizing the need for change, he decided to incorporate silence into his leadership style. Ethan began starting each day with 5 minutes of meditation. During meetings, he practiced active listening, letting his team speak first. And before making major decisions, he took a silent walk to reflect. The results were remarkable. Ethan became more composed. His decisions were more thoughtful, and his team felt empowered. His transformation shows how silence can elevate not just individual leaders but entire organizations. Silence as leadership's hidden strength. In Buddhism, silence is seen as a source of inner strength and resilience. For leaders, it offers the same. It's not about avoiding action, but about taking the right action. By embracing silence, leaders cultivate clarity, foster trust, and inspire others to reach their potential. In a noisy world, the best leaders are those who listen, reflect, and act with purpose. Silence isn't a void, it's the foundation of wisdom, strength, and impactful leadership. As we move forward, we'll uncover how silence can be integrated into your daily life, bringing balance and mindfulness to even the busiest of schedules. Stay with us. Part 5: Creating Space for Silence in Daily Life. We've explored the transformative power of silence in creativity, leadership, and decision-making. But how do you actually create space for silence in your busy life? In this part, we'll uncover simple, practical ways to embrace silence every day, bringing balance and clarity to even the most hectic schedules. The challenge of a noisy world. In today's world, silence often feels like a luxury. From constant notifications to endless to-do lists, finding a moment of stillness can seem impossible. But here's the truth: silence doesn't demand hours of your day. Even brief moments of quiet can profoundly impact your mind and spirit. Imagine your mind as a jar of muddy water. When constantly shaken by noise and activity, the water stays cloudy. But when left to sit still, the mud settles, and the water becomes clear. This is the gift of silence, a chance for clarity to emerge. Morning rituals. Start your day with silence. How you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. Instead of reaching for your phone or diving into emails, begin with a moment of quiet reflection. This could be as simple as sitting on your bed and focusing on your breathing for 5 minutes. Journaling your thoughts in silence. Enjoying a cup of tea without any distractions. These small practices create a foundation of calm that carries you through the day. Finding micro moments of silence. You don't need a meditation retreat to experience the benefits of silence. Throughout your day, there are countless opportunities to pause. During transitions, use the time between tasks, walking to a meeting, waiting in line, or commuting, to embrace silence instead of reaching for your phone. Silent lunch breaks. Spend part of your lunch in quiet reflection, focusing on the taste and texture of your food. Nature walks. Step outside for a short walk without headphones. Let the sounds of nature bring you into the present moment. These micro moments add up, creating a rhythm of mindfulness and peace. Disconnect to reconnect. In the digital age, one of the biggest obstacles to silence is technology. Constant notifications keep our minds in a state of hyper-alertness, leaving little room for stillness. Here's a simple practice: designate specific times to disconnect. For example, turn off your phone for 30 minutes each evening. Create a device-free zone in your home, like the dining table or bedroom. Dedicate one day a week as a digital detox day to recharge your mind and spirit. By reducing digital noise, you create space for the quiet moments that fuel creativity and clarity. Mindful silence, turning everyday moments into sacred practices. In Buddhism, silence is deeply connected to mindfulness, the art of being fully present in the moment. You can bring this practice into everyday activities. While washing dishes, focus on the sensation of water on your hands. During a walk, notice the rhythm of your steps and the sounds around you. As you breathe, feel the rise and fall of your chest. These simple acts of mindfulness transform ordinary tasks into opportunities for peace and presence. A story: the power of a silent morning. Meet Rachel, a mother of two with a demanding career. Like many of us, she often felt overwhelmed by the chaos of her day. One morning, she decided to try something different. She woke up 15 minutes earlier than usual and spent that time sitting quietly with her thoughts. At first, it felt awkward. Her mind raced with to-do lists and worries. But as the days passed, Rachel began to notice a shift. Those 15 minutes became her sanctuary, a space where she could center herself before the demands of the day. Over time, she found herself calmer, more focused, and better equipped to handle challenges. Rachel's story is a reminder that silence doesn't require hours of meditation. Even small moments can lead to profound change. Creating silent spaces in your environment. Your surroundings play a big role in supporting your practice of silence. Consider these tips. Designate a quiet corner. Create a space in your home for reflection, free from distractions. Add calming elements like a cushion, a candle, or a plant. Use noise-cancelling tools if you live in a noisy environment. Noise-cancelling headphones or white noise machines can help create a bubble of quiet. Set boundaries. Let family or colleagues know when you need uninterrupted time for silent reflection. By shaping your environment, you make it easier to integrate silence into your life. Silence before sleep. The moments before bedtime are perfect for quiet reflection. Instead of scrolling through your phone, try writing in a gratitude journal. Practicing a short body scan meditation, where you focus on relaxing each part of your body. Sitting quietly and reflecting on your day. These practices help you unwind and prepare for restful sleep. In a world that constantly demands your attention, silence is a radical act of self-care. By creating space for stillness in your daily life, you reconnect with your inner self, find clarity, and unlock a sense of peace that no amount of noise can provide. What's next? As we move forward, we'll explore the obstacles that keep us from embracing silence and how to overcome them. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this transformative journey. Part 6: Overcoming Obstacles to Silence. While the benefits of silence are undeniable, many of us struggle to embrace it. Why is silence so challenging? In this part, we'll explore the common obstacles to silence and how to overcome them, so you can fully experience its transformative power. The fear of silence. For many, silence can feel uncomfortable, even intimidating. Without distractions, we're left to confront our thoughts, emotions, and fears. This is often why we fill our lives with noise and constant activity. In Buddhism, this discomfort is seen as an opportunity. It's a sign that we're peeling back the layers of distraction to uncover our true selves. The key is to approach silence with curiosity instead of resistance. Tip: start small. Even 1 minute of silence a day can help you grow more comfortable with stillness. Over time, you'll begin to crave these moments of peace. Digital distractions, the tyranny of technology. One of the biggest barriers to silence in modern life is our dependence on technology. From endless notifications to the pull of social media, our devices keep our minds in a constant state of stimulation. Solution: practice mindful disconnection. Set boundaries, schedule specific times for checking emails or social media. Outside of these times, turn off notifications. Tech-free zones, create spaces in your home, like your dining table or bedroom, where technology is not allowed. Digital detox days, dedicate 1 day a week to disconnecting from all devices and reconnecting with yourself. These practices help reduce the mental clutter that prevents you from embracing silence. The inner critic, quieting the mental noise. Even when external distractions are removed, many of us face an even louder obstacle: our inner critic. This voice often judges, doubts, and second guesses, making silence feel anything but peaceful. Buddhist perspective: the practice of mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment. Instead of trying to silence your inner critic, acknowledge its presence and let the thoughts pass, like clouds drifting across the sky. Tip: use affirmations to counter negative self-talk. For example, I am worthy of peace. I can find strength in stillness. Over time, these affirmations help quiet the mental chatter. Social expectations, the pressure to always be on. In a culture that glorifies busyness and extroversion, silence is often misunderstood as laziness or disengagement. Many feel pressured to fill every moment with activity or conversation. Reframing silence: silence is not a sign of weakness, it's a source of strength. By taking time for quiet reflection, you become more intentional, focused, and effective in your actions. Tip: communicate your need for silence with those around you. For example, let family or colleagues know when you need uninterrupted time. Normalize taking silent breaks during meetings or gatherings. When others see the benefits of your practice, they'll be more likely to respect and even adopt it themselves. The myth of multitasking. Many believe that multitasking is the key to productivity. But in reality, juggling multiple tasks often leads to stress and inefficiency. Silence teaches us the value of focusing on one thing at a time. Practical exercise: next time you're working on a task, eliminate all distractions and focus solely on that activity. Notice how much more efficient and satisfying it feels compared to multitasking. A story: embracing silence despite challenges. Let's look at the story of David, a high-powered executive who thrived on constant activity. For years, he avoided silence because it felt unproductive. But after experiencing burnout, he decided to give it a try. David began with just 5 minutes of silence each morning, sitting on his balcony and observing the sunrise. At first, his mind raced with thoughts of work and responsibilities. But over time, those 5 minutes became his anchor, a moment of calm in an otherwise chaotic day. Through silence, David not only regained his focus but also reconnected with his family, who noticed a calmer and more present version of him. His story shows that even the busiest lives can make room for silence and reap its rewards. Practical tips for overcoming obstacles to silence. Start small. Begin with 1 to 2 minutes of quiet reflection each day, gradually increasing the time as you become more comfortable. Create a routine. Schedule specific times for silence, such as first thing in the morning or before bed. Use tools. Apps like Calm or Headspace offer guided meditations to help you ease into silence. Practice gratitude. End your silent moments by reflecting on something you're grateful for. This shifts your focus to positivity and abundance. The rewards of overcoming resistance. The obstacles to silence may feel daunting, but the rewards are well worth the effort. When you embrace silence, you gain clarity and focus. Your stress levels decrease. You reconnect with your true self. Most importantly, silence becomes a refuge, a place where you can recharge, reflect, and grow. Overcoming the challenges of silence is not just about achieving stillness, it's about reclaiming your mental and emotional well-being. As we continue, we'll explore stories of those who've harnessed the power of silence to transform their lives. Stay with us as we uncover how you can do the same. Part 7. Stories of transformation through silence. What if the key to unlocking your true potential lies in the quiet moments you often overlook? In this part, we'll dive into inspiring stories of individuals who harnessed the power of silence to transform their lives. These stories show us that silence isn't just a tool, it's a life-changing practice. The entrepreneur who found clarity. Emma was a young entrepreneur with a fast-growing business. But success came at a cost. She was overwhelmed by endless meetings, constant emails, and sleepless nights. Despite her achievements, Emma felt lost and disconnected from her purpose. One weekend, she attended a silent retreat, a decision she initially regretted. Sitting in complete stillness, her mind flooded with doubts and anxieties. But as the days passed, something remarkable happened. The mental noise began to fade, and clarity emerged. In that silence, Emma realized her business had strayed from her original vision. She restructured her goals and began focusing on what truly mattered to her. Today, Emma credits silence not just for saving her business but for reigniting her passion. The artist who rediscovered inspiration. Liam was a painter who hadn't touched a canvas in months. Plagued by self-doubt and creative block, he felt like his artistic spark had disappeared. Frustrated, he decided to step away from his studio and spend time in nature. Each morning, Liam would sit by a lake near his home, watching the ripples on the water and listening to the rustling leaves. He brought no sketchbook, no tools, just himself and the silence. Slowly, ideas began to return. The stillness allowed his mind to wander freely, connecting shapes and colors in ways he hadn't imagined before. When Liam returned to his studio, he painted his most celebrated piece, inspired by the quiet mornings he spent by the lake. The leader who found strength in silence. Sophia, a team manager at a multinational company, was known for her decisiveness and energy. But beneath the surface, she often felt overwhelmed by the weight of leadership. She worried that taking a pause would make her appear weak or indecisive. Encouraged by a mentor, Sophia began practicing moments of silence during her day. Before meetings, she'd spend 5 minutes in quiet reflection, organizing her thoughts. During discussions, she'd intentionally pause before responding, allowing space for deeper insights. To her surprise, this practice didn't diminish her authority, it enhanced it. Her team began to see her as more thoughtful and composed, and she became a stronger, more empathetic leader. Sophia's story reminds us that silence isn't a sign of weakness, it's a source of power. The everyday hero, finding peace amidst chaos. Not all transformations are grand. Take James, a father of 3 with a demanding job and little time for himself. James began practicing silence in small ways, waking up 5 minutes earlier, turning off his car radio during commutes, and sitting quietly with his coffee before starting his day. These moments didn't change his responsibilities, but they changed him. James became more patient with his children, more focused at work, and more present in his life. His story shows that even small practices of silence can lead to profound shifts. The universal truth in these stories. What do these stories have in common? They show that silence isn't just an absence, it's a presence. In silence, we gain clarity on our goals and values, discover creative solutions to challenges, reconnect with our inner strength. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, a leader, or simply someone navigating the challenges of daily life, silence has the power to transform your journey. Practical takeaway: writing your own story of silence. You don't need a silent retreat or a week in nature to experience the benefits of silence. Start where you are. Morning moments. Dedicate the first 5 minutes of your day to quiet reflection. Pause for clarity before making a decision. Take a moment of silence to center yourself. End the day in stillness. Reflect on your day in silence before going to bed. These small steps can set the stage for your own transformation. In the end, silence is not just about finding peace, it's about unlocking the best version of yourself. As we move forward, we'll explore how silence can be woven into modern workspaces, fostering creativity and well-being for individuals and teams alike. Stay with us as we continue this journey. Part 8. Integrating silence into modern workspaces. In the hustle and bustle of modern work environments, silence can feel like an impossible luxury. Yet, it's precisely this stillness that can unlock greater creativity, productivity, and harmony in the workplace. Let's explore how silence can transform not just individuals but entire organizations. The importance of silence in workspaces. In many workplaces, busyness is equated with productivity. Open offices buzz with constant conversations. Meetings seem never-ending. And digital devices ensure there's never a moment of peace. But research and real-world examples tell a different story. Moments of silence can recharge employees, improve focus, and foster innovative ideas. Companies like Google and LinkedIn have already recognized the value of silence. They offer mindfulness programs and quiet spaces, encouraging employees to take a step back and reset. These initiatives not only enhance individual well-being but also boost team performance. Practical ways to incorporate silence in workspaces. Quiet zones designate areas where employees can retreat for silent reflection. These can be meditation rooms, quiet lounges, or even small booths. Mindful meetings. Begin meetings with a moment of silence to allow participants to gather their thoughts. This simple practice fosters clearer communication and better decision-making. Scheduled silent breaks. Encourage employees to take short, silent breaks during the day. Whether it's a 10-minute walk or sitting quietly at their desks, these moments help recharge mental energy. Digital detox hours. Implement no email or no meeting blocks where employees can focus deeply without interruptions. Leader-led silence. Leaders can model the value of silence by practicing it themselves, pausing before speaking, reflecting before deciding, and showing the power of thoughtful leadership. The science behind workplace silence. Silence activates the brain's default mode network, which is essential for creativity and problem solving. When employees have space to think without distractions, They are more likely to generate innovative ideas and approach challenges with fresh perspectives. Additionally, silence reduces stress by calming the nervous system. In high-pressure environments, this can improve employee satisfaction, reduce burnout, and foster a more collaborative atmosphere. Story: a team transformed by silence. Consider the story of MIA, a manager at a fast-paced tech company. Her team was struggling with burnout and declining creativity. Inspired by mindfulness practices, MIA introduced a simple rule: the first 5 minutes of every team meeting would be spent in silence. During this time, team members could reflect on their goals or simply breathe. The results were astonishing. Meetings became more productive. Team members felt more engaged, and creative solutions started flowing. Mia's small experiment with silence transformed not just her team's performance, but also their morale. Why every workplace needs silence. Silence isn't about doing less, it's about doing better. By creating space for stillness, workplaces can foster increased focus, employees are less distracted and more present. Enhanced collaboration, silence encourages listening and deeper connections. Greater innovation, quiet moments allow for the free flow of ideas. Takeaway for leaders and teams. If you're a leader or part of a team, here's how you can start integrating silence today. Experiment with silent meetings. Dedicate a portion of your meetings to silent brainstorming or reflection. Create silent routines. Encourage team members to start or end their day with quiet time. Celebrate small wins. Recognize and reward practices that promote mindfulness and focus. Silence isn't just a pause, it's a strategy for success. By integrating stillness into our workplaces, we create environments where individuals and teams can thrive. But silence isn't just for the office, it's for life. In the next part, we'll reflect on how silence transforms our lives and relationships. Stay with us. KUGI-HON-NG. If you've found value in this journey into the power of silence, take a moment to join our growing community here at the Path to Buddhist Wisdom. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who might need a moment of stillness in their life. Together, let's unlock the profound wisdom of silence.